Hi, I'm Jody Labarsky, and I work at Seacoast Mental Health Center. We are a community-based mental health and substance use disorder agency that supports the care and lives of children, adolescents, adults, and their families in the eastern half of Rockingham County. Seacoast Mental Health Center is one of 10 community mental health centers across the state of New Hampshire, offering a variety of mental health and substance use services to individuals in need. I currently serve as the Child, Adolescent, and Family Services Director and want to spend a little bit of time talking about support and strategies that we can utilize with children to support their use of masks when in public settings. Many caregivers are starting to learn of the school reentry plan for schools within their districts, and many of those plans seem to require mask use by children when in school or on school grounds. We're also learning more and more many businesses across our state and nation are having mask requirements when entering their establishments. Many children have been isolated from typical daily activities since they were sent home for remote learning in March. This means maybe they haven't had a lot of exposure or practice with wearing masks. As we look ahead to the fall, we might want to start using some of these strategies now to prepare children for being comfortable with wearing a mask when on school grounds. As adults, one of the biggest things that we can do to support children with wearing masks is leading by example. When our children see us wearing masks, it supports the idea that they need to wear a mask as well. We can do this by wearing one ourselves. Here, when we're in the office and not inside our individual offices, we're asked to wear a mask. This is one of many that I utilize when in the office. If you come into our building for services and supports, you'll see many of our staff wearing this mask, one that they've made themselves, or the disposable paper ones that you often see in a doctor's office. For our children, when they see us wearing these, as I stated before, we act as role models for them. We can also utilize images on the internet or videos of other individuals wearing masks to reinforce that concept. We know with children, when we give them a sense of control over an activity, it's something that they embrace a little bit easier themselves. A consideration for caregivers is allow your child to make some choice about the fabric that their mask is made out of. You can find many videos online on how to craft your own mask, and you can potentially look at selecting a fabric that maybe represents an interest for your child. Maybe they like a particular sports team, have a favorite color, like a particular cartoon character. Perhaps if you can find that fabric, work with your child together to create and make their mask, they feel more control of that process. You can also consider getting a mask in a lighter colored fabric that's plain, purchasing fabric markers, and letting your child create designs of their own on their mask. One of the things that's also really important is that we have an honest conversation with our children about why we're wearing masks. You want to be very considerate for their age and developmental needs and have a conversation around the reason we wear masks is to keep ourselves safe and to keep others safe. It's how we create a healthy community. When we can have this explanation that's done in an appropriate manner, it helps our children better understand why we're using masks across our state. We also want to find a way to make it fun. We know that children learn and explore through their play. We also learn a lot when we have an opportunity to observe their play. One of the things that we've done in our house is provided a mask for one of our daughter's dolls. It gives her an opportunity to practice putting it on the doll, wearing hers herself, playing with it, but it gives this opportunity to develop and build some comfort around the concept as well. As a parent, it gives me a stronger insight as to what might be going on for her. I can listen from afar, observe her play, and kind of make some decisions if there's anything going on that I need to be concerned about. As caregivers of children, we want to listen for signs that maybe they're experiencing some worry, some nervousness, or some anxiety, either about the use of masks or going into those environments where they'll be asked to use it. Finally, we need to give it time. We know that any new behavior takes time to adapt as part of our routine. We're not thinking or expecting that anybody will be perfect wearing it. In fact, just like our doll, sometimes we might find that a mask is slipping below the nose. We can talk to and give really gentle reminders about how to pull it up and wear a mask appropriately. We know that any new behavior takes time before it becomes part of our routine, and we want to be patient with that process. It won't happen overnight, but things that we can do as caregivers is give reminders, prompts, and lots of positive reinforcement when we see the use of a mask being done appropriately. Anytime our child's doing something good, we want to make sure that we catch them doing good. And so as they adjust to this new kind of phase of life, a new kind of experience for school, having to do something they may not have been asked to do before, we want to make sure we give them that encouragement and that support to let them know that they're doing a good job of keeping them safe and keeping others safe. I want to thank you today for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful. Hope it offers some strategies that you might be able to utilize in your own household. I want to remind folks out there that we are here at Seacoast Mental Health Center. We're here for you and we're here for our larger community. We remain open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. And we want to remind you that you're never alone. As we start to navigate through these uncertain times, especially as we make the decision that feels best for our family with sending our children back to school, we want you to know we're here to support you. Please call our offices in Portsmouth at area code 603-431-6703 or in Exeter at 603-772-2710 anytime to speak to a member of our admissions staff if you have concern for yourself or a family member. We want to remind you we're here for you today, and we're here for you every day. Please be safe and be well.